Okay, my beautiful people, welcome to Zen with Tax. My name is Edie and other people's bay. Yes, I know, different location, different episode. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers. If you're new, please remember to share, subscribe, like, and also leave a comment. Well, guess what? I will be talking to one of the most creative producers, songwriters, rappers. He's a genius in this industry and also a kingmaker in his own lane. Mag44, Mr. Mando. I'll be finding out some things about him that I also don't know. So let's see. He's somewhere around. Somewhere.
Not too far. I'm right here. I'm just waiting. How far you do? Do you take hugs?
Yeah,
I know
of
that
course.
there's COVID-19, but we'll wash our hands.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
I'm so happy to be here, man.
Happy to be here. Well, this is where I'm always at. This is where the studio is. So
What's the name of the studio again?
The studio is Radio Cafe.
Radio Cafe.
So Radio Cafe is basically where we. Sorry, don't fall. So so Radio Cafe is basically just a studio. Then of course we have our music school, which is hybrid. So I juggle between coming to the music school to coming over here.
Hybrid is close to home. How come I've never heard about it?
We just moved to hybrid actually.
Oh,
we found a bigger space. So that's where we're at now. We used to be in PHI.
Oh,
so
and I was shocked when I heard to say you're doing a lot for the industry.
Yeah.
Well, I just knew you existed, like okay, Mag44, but I didn't know you've done a lot.
What's a lot? I take this.
Like a lot is a lot. A lot is a lot. Did you hear my intro? I said kingmaker.
Kingmaker. Wow.
You are a kingmaker.
Thank you.
You
I appreciate
are a kingmaker.
that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm humble, so. No, just joking.
And guess what? We have something in common.
Okay, yeah, you're also humble.
Yeah, no,
all the gap. At least, no, you've just got one. Me, I've got several gaps.
You've got several gaps.
I've got enough gaps for the whole Zambia.
Yeah.
To have, yes.
I saw that post you put up on Facebook.
Yes. That was crazy.
It was.
I've always been ashamed of my teeth.
Oh.
Ever since I was, because obviously people would tease me about it at school. So people would tease me that I'm dark and also about my teeth. So I've always grown up with this thing of, not wanting to show them, not wanting to be. So it now made me unhappy, you know what I mean? So it hid away from a lot of my extrovert character because I didn't want to show if I laugh too much, my teeth will show. So I decided to be more serious in pictures and stuff like that. But then I thought, I'm old now and I kind of just need to be as much of myself as I possibly can. So now I just show my teeth.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm proud to show them. We need to pause you, Chela Tukuta, myself.
Yes, a lot of people. I think who else can join us? There are a few people who can join us. We'll think of them as we go.
Are you still doing your Motivation Tuesday? What were you calling it?
I call it Truth Tuesday.
Truth Tuesday.
Truth Tuesday, yes. I am coming back with that. I took a bit of a break. There are some truths that I was saying where I thought, the truth you have first. Is a truth. So, yeah. So, basically, that's, I'm just, trying to gather content. I have amazing people on the team as well who are just helping put, just helping brand the whole Mag44, Mr. Mando. Abel Black is one of them, and so he's so we'll be working on also rebranding the Truth Tuesday and just making it a bit more, just making it better. Yeah.
I love when people start something. It starts small, but it grows into a good idea.
Yeah. That's that. I think it's. I love that too.
Yeah.
I love the process of making an idea come to life.
Yeah. Uncle to say I'm going to interview Mag44. I was excited. He almost for this.
Yeah, very fun.
So he actually taught me to ask you something concerning one of your hits way back.
Right.
The jam is called Stealing the Hit.
Jesus Lord, that is a long time ago.
Ask him about that.
Wow. I don't think anyone in this generation, I'm surprised that you, well, Feeling the Heat was done by friends of mine who are extremely successful now in their own right. So I did with a friend of mine called Gabby GP. Oh, actually, he wasn't even on the song, but I do mention him in the song. He was supposed to be on. So Gabby is running so many organizations now. And then there's a guy called Frank Sibuku. So Frank Sibuku is the one who created
Bali. Yes.
So so at the time we were all working at Movie TV. So for fun we would rap.
You worked at Movie?
Yes, I worked at Movie TV.
What were you doing?
I was a TV presenter.
Hey.
Yeah, I was a TV presenter. At the same time, like all these different guys had joined. There was Costa Mwansa, there was Lulu Hangala, there was Katanekwa, just different guys. Of course, Boogie C, the late Boogie C, and Cooksy. So, although those guys were the professionals, me, I was just trying to make it. So I think even my pay was, I don't even know if I had a real pay to work there. I was just sort of like, I wanted to push hip hop, push the industry. So there was a show there called Sizzle. So on Sizzle, I used to do a segment on the show called Sizzling Spits.
Now I remembered.
Yes, Sizzling Spits.
Wow.
Yes.
Now
So,
I remember.
Yes.
I remember seeing you on TV.
Oh,
Now-
really? Oh, as in seeing me on, not the clip that was going around. There was a clip of me and SlapDee going. Yes.
Even that one.
Even that, yeah. Oh, man. The thing that people don't know about that clip was, I hope SlapDee won't kill me for this. But
Tell
anyway,
us.
so there was, if you watch the interview carefully, so, because what happens is after the interview, he was supposed to do a performance. So now what had happened was, he should have carried a change of clothes with him. But then he forgot. So after we did the interview, he took my shirt to do the performance. So if you notice the performance of Nale Manavo, he's wearing a black shirt, which was the shirt I was wearing on the interview. So it was very funny. We were really, Will and I used to hustle quite a lot during that period. So we did a lot of, because even just to get to the interviews, we had to walk long distances. I remember he would walk from Chilenje all the way to Movie TV.
We heard part of the story in SlapDee's album.
Yes.
We heard part of the story. Now, before we actually get to SlapDee, William Sonda, let's ask, where did Magnus go? And that's a question that everybody's asking, like, where did Magnus go?
Well, I wouldn't say that I went. A lot of people, of course, will feel that way. But I'm predominantly a music producer. So, and I do a lot of corporate work. I do a lot of ads, a lot of jingles. That's really what takes a lot of my time. So I'm always in that space. When and ever since I came into the industry, like full time, so to say. So after releasing Pompey's first album, because I produced Pompey and Abel and Tio's first albums. So after those albums came out, like the corporate just consumed me. So that's kind of where I always was. If I'm not doing a jingle, I'm doing an ad. I'm doing a TV show. I'm doing that was. So it now made me more background. So a lot of people always will say like, but where have you been and stuff like that. But I'm still always in the industry, but it's just I'm more, I guess, do more corporate stuff maybe.
I remember I said something like, you're a kingmaker, and he said, no, I don't know what I've done for the industry, you tell me. Look at you pouring it yourself. Like, I produced Pompey's first album, I produced Evan's first album, and those were bangers. Don't just talk about them like albums. Come on.
Well, anyways, thank you. Thank you. Of course, like with these albums, there are a lot of, for me, I never look at it as work I've done on my own, because of course I only make beats. Someone else records people in the studio, someone else mixes and master. Ian Chitunu, who's my business partner, he's the one who mixes all the songs. And in fact, on some of the productions, like I say, okay, Abel or Pompey or Tio or whoever I'm working with, they weigh in on what the beat should sound like. So it's not all me. So it's not like I'm the one who does. You know what I mean? It's everybody's effort that makes it makes it work. Yeah, sure.
You sound to me like a business-minded person.
Yeah, wow.
And also, it's like there's certain things that we as the industry don't follow. For instance, you say you're only a beat maker.
Yes.
But then nowadays it's like you're a producer, everything, you do everything, you're a beat maker. What? At the same time, that's also kind of like creating jobs for other people.
Exactly.
You get it?
Exactly.
So for me, it's where do you get that, like, that business mindset?
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm terrible at business. I love business. I love coming up with business ideas, but I'm very spontaneous. So sometimes, with business, you have to be very patient. So sometimes I come up with an idea, I'm like, yes, let's do it now.
Yes.
And not think through all the pros and cons, do a SWOT analysis like people will say. So what I've done is, so I need people. So I surround myself with people who are not, so like for an example, with my business partner, when I think of an idea, I run it to him. And then he says, okay, bro, have you thought, because I know he's one of those people who is very thoughtful and very objective. So you say, okay, have you thought about this? What if you do this? What if this fails? What if this fails? And you ask yourself all the necessary questions, and then you go forward.
Yeah.
So I think like it's, for me, being in business, it only works because of the many people I have around.
Yes.
There are many people I have.
You were learning something.
Yes, yes.
She also told me the same thing. Okay,
Yeah.
we're just putting through the conversation. It says these days, it's not only these days, but if you just want to make something work, you need to have a team.
You need to have a
That's
team.
going to bring your idea to
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah.
Exactly. You can't do it on your own. No man's an island. And it just makes your life easier. You need to also be willing to share.
True.
Yeah, because if you start feeling like, I want to have all the money to myself, for me, I say I would rather have 10% of $1 million than 100% of 10,000 kwacha. You know what I mean? Because like you just be, even the Bible will say like 1 will chase 1,000, 2 will chase 10,000. So it's like the math may not, you would think that 2 will chase 2,000, but you're just able to do so much more as a team, like so much more. So yeah, I believe in teamwork very much. Yeah.
I remember I was a great note fraud.
Yeah. Innocent
grade 8.
Wow.
And the announcers were going to have somebody who's going to come and motivate us, give us, this career talks. Here comes Kundamando.
Ah, wow.
So I said, oh, okay. So I've been looking up to her from that time.
Right.
And I get into the industry and find out that's your older sister. My
older sister.
And I know you've been asked this a lot of times, a couple of times. But how do you feel? What does it feel like being her sister?
I mean, with regards to the start, like the public appearance of her, like what people know her publicly. I mean, personally, she's my mom. You know what I mean? She's my older sister, of course, but because obviously my parents passed when I was very young, so she took up the role of parenting. So like everything I know, reading, writing, counting, Kunda taught me all of that. So even when I started beat making, I told her, look, I'm trying this school thing. It's not cutting right now. And she got me my first PC, and of course that's the PC I use to do these albums. And yeah, so she's ride or die. You know what I mean? She's ride. She believes in me so much. I mean, when I'm doing an event, she's the one who buys the ticket. Oh, wow. I'm like, yo, yeah, my sister is always coming for free.
You get a plus one.
Yes,
plus 4.
So she's super ride or die. So it feels, I mean, like it's just good to know that there's someone I can count on like that. Yeah, sure.
How are you and Diesel related? We just know you're cousins, but where? How?
It's a very, very long. It's a distant relation. Relation, I guess I would say.
Okay.
So my uncle, who's my mom's young brother, I guess, is married to Muila's dad's sister. So that's the connection.
That's the connection.
So we got close. We only got close because there was a period when he lost his parents, and also we didn't have parents. So that my uncle and his aunt, who are married, kept both our families. So his brothers and his sisters, my brothers and my sisters, we all stayed in
and what
this
age
one
was
house.
that?
I think we're 10. So from like, I think we stayed together for like 3 years or something like that. So from like 10 to like 12 or something. Yeah, that period. Maningi. His father was like really, he was an amazing man, and I think they lived in Botswana for some time. So his work was in Botswana. So of course, Botswana, I don't know if it's still more advanced than Zambia, but it was at the time. They had so many channels. As just at So so he knew all pop culture stuff, and he would always make me feel like, you don't know this? It's so backward. So we used to ambana on that sense, and of course he would tease me. He would tease me a lot. I remember there was one time, because I was learning how to play piano when I was a kid, and there was a concert I was supposed to play at. So now I don't know. I decided to follow Muila and some other people to go and play. And then by the time I came back to the concert, my time to play had already passed.
Oh, wow.
So I missed that opportunity, and he laughed so hard. So I'll never forgive him for that.
Wow.
That was funny. Yeah.
I remember watching you on Smooth Talk.
Yeah.
You were with, is it SlapDee? I can't remember very well, but all I remember is that you were standing and some people were seated.
Yes.
And you explaining your transformation thing, transition.
Right. Yes.
But I kind of missed it because at that point I was just, I remember seeing you on TV and talking about it.
Scene.
You remember that scene,
I remember that day. Yeah.
So, kindly take me through your transition process. How did Mag44 move from being a secular artist to a gospel artist?
I mean, I won't say like I was really ever a secular artist. Like I never, apart from the feeling the heat thing, I wasn't really like I never really had the opportunity to really be an artist. So what had happened was I, of course, doing the whole movie TV thing and trying to get into a space of fame and whatnot. I realized that I was just feeling this emptiness. I mean? Like I really wanted to. I was feeling incomplete. Like I really wanted to do more with my life. I was just tired of we do the show, go drinking, repeat. Like that was just our routine. You know what I mean? Me and the other presenters. So I just kind of felt like I don't know if, first of all, if my liver can handle any more alcohol, and then and obviously all the smoking and stuff like that. So I just kind of felt like, hey, maybe this is how I'm supposed to die. Like I'm just gonna live this life, and and that's it. Because obviously I felt stuck. Like I'm stuck. I'm too addicted to this, so I can't. So my older sister told me, oh look, there's this camp meeting if you wanna go, So I said, okay, cool. So I mean at this point I just thought, maybe I need to just get away. So I went to this camp meeting, and then from there I realized that wow, like I can live for God, and because I realized that I don't have to be the one who carries the burden. Sometimes you sort of feel like you are the one who needs to change. You are the one who needs to be better. Like you take it up on yourself, So I kind of reached the point where I'm like, no, wait a minute. I mean, I can't do it, and I can't do it, and but through Christ who strengthens me, I can do all things. So I realized that God, the strength I need is in God, and I think that's what has helped me transition. And of course, even now, being a Christian for how many years? Like 16 years. 16 years.
No alcohol,
no cigarettes.
No
maybe a bit of alcohol, but but no cigarettes. No. I mean, I was heavily addicted to cigarettes. But I mean, I haven't done it for 16 years. Of course, there are times when you are somewhere and you smell it and you're like,
Yeah.
but then I think me being able to stay away is a miracle in its own, because I was really addicted. So, of course, ups and downs in my journey, but I've really seen God's strength in me to be able to overcome and do better. Yeah.
So when you say a bit of alcohol, does that mean you can also, let's say, this alcohol brand wants you to represent them?
Yeah, I mean, I've done, of course, like, there's a lot of stuff I've done for, like, Zambia breweries and stuff like that. I mean, there's instances where, like, you drink a glass of wine, because obviously, I mean, of course, this is a whole topic that, as Christians, we have, she's alcohol drink, is drinking wrong, is drinking right.
Yes.
But I think, like, it's an issue of, like, abuse, you know what I mean, for me. And there are some people who just shouldn't even do it in the first place. So for me, I don't do it, not because I think there's something wrong with it, but it's because, first of all, one, it gives me ulcers, so I just don't do it. And then, of course, what it leads to. Because if I drink one glass, am I going to stop at one glass? Or am I going to put a third, fourth, fifth bottles?
What can lead you to taking one glass? Let's say, for instance, today. Could it be a celebration?
Yeah. I mean, could it be, because you see, like,
feeling low, maybe?
It helps you relax, for sure. It's also good for digestion, like if it's wine. Like, I mean, there are cultures that drink it for that purpose, French and whatever. So so there's moments like that. It would really need to be. It wouldn't be in a situation where, like, I go out and my aim is to drink. It would just be like, okay, you're eating and there's a glass of wine. It wouldn't be like and it's like I said, I can't even do it for health reasons. Even that one glass, as much as I don't have a problem with it, it's something that I can't even do. So I think these things, it's all, when is the right time to do it? What does it mean for you? You know what I mean? There are some cultures where wearing short skirts is fine, but there's and no one will think anything of it. You know what I mean? But there are some places where it's like, it's wild. You know what I mean? So, like, you can't say that, no, it's wrong generally to not wear short skirts, or it's wrong generally to not hold hands with a girl who's not your wife. Like, some cultures allow, some cultures don't. So, you need to gauge on that sense. And how does it feel in your, like, does it feel like it's wrong? Does it go against the Bible? If it goes against the Bible, it's definitely a sin. So,
and you look good on a whiskey billboard. Look at that watch. When you have your glass, like, Mag44 drinks this.
Wow.
Picture this.
That is insane.
I'm telling you. You're in your Buana outfit. And you're just like, Mag44 is sipping on the whiskey.
Wow. Yeah, I would totally. My pastor would kill me. The right amount. The right amount.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know a lot of guys who are in the industry. They are brand ambassadors for all these alcohol companies, and they don't drink.
But we get it.
They don't drink. But
it's because of it's Mag.
Because what I represent. Yes.
So when we see, it's like, okay, guys, we feel
Wow.
How do you manage to produce secular artists? Let's say I just want to have a session with you.
I mean, I've produced many secular artists.
Yeah.
There was a period when I didn't. When I started out, I remember God just telling me, like, look, be more of a background person. Don't try and be out there, because, like, make sure your intentions are right. And what I realized is that the power of being an artist and being a public person is that you have a responsibility to people. You can't just do whatever you like, because one day, it can be fine now, but one day God will hold you accountable to the people that you speak to. God will say, okay, this is what you did, you achieved this. Edna, you did this amazing show. This is how many people you led positively, this is how many people you led negatively.
Yeah.
And you have to answer for that. You know what I mean? Because of course, like Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility. You know. So during that period, for me, it was more like a character build, and I just used to produce only for Christians. So when I got into the industry, I remember at the time, because during that time, I remember even Pompey approached and said, "Look, bro, I wanna." At the time, he was a secular artist, so he says, "Look, I wanna do some songs with you." And then, so he said, "No, we don't produce secular artists." So I remember him jokingly saying, like, "For these beats, I think I'll become a gospel artist." So we laughed about it, and then I think a year later, he actually became a Christian. So it was like, okay. So then eventually, you know, I think working with Pompey kind of made me now reach a point where I said, "Look, God loves each and every person. Like, there's no person that he doesn't love. He loves the people we consider evil. He loves the people we consider good. Because the thing is that he goes even deeper than what we can see. You know? So for me, it has become more important, especially when I come to talking about teamwork. It's become more important for me to build relationships than to just judge and say, "Oh no, this guy does this guy does that." And of course, the longer I've been a Christian, the more I've realized that, you know, just because I don't do what people can clearly see is sin, doesn't mean I don't sin. You know, there are still things I deal with. So I mean, even just like cussing. You know, like there are sometimes when someone says the wrong thing, so it's like it's a thing of where, and the Christianity can go right there. So it's like I realize that no, look, we all mess up. The only difference is that I've said, okay, Lord, with my mess ups, you are Lord. You know, forgive me and make me better. That's the only, is that I've asked God to make me better. And at the end of the day, it's everybody. We are all together on this earth, and we need to work together and understand each other and make each other better. And I feel like God will guide everything else.
I love that you brought in Pompey. How did you meet Pompey?
Yeah, I mean, he came over. So there was a guy called Mandiva, amazing man. Mandiva he was like the first guy to buy beats from me. Right now he's passed on, he's late. But Mandiva was part of MT Productions. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes,
there
I
was
remember.
like at that during that time there was like Jeff Prince Media, MT Productions, and Ground Zero. Those were the only companies shooting videos at the time. Yeah. So Mandiva, who was part of MT Productions, was based in South Africa at the time, and so was Pompey. Pompey was at school there and used to push his music from that side. So what had happened was, because I had made some beats for Mandiva, so Mandiva was now playing these different beats for Pompey. So Pompey was like, "Wow, like, bro, these are amazing beats. You know, like, these are some crazy beats. So how do I get these beats, you know, into my music?" So that's how, when they both came to Zambia, then they came by the studio.
What year was that?
This was like in 2009. 2009, yeah. 2009 going to 2010. Yeah. So it was actually 2009. So then that's because I think he got saved in like 2011 somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, so they came by the studio, and then I met him. So I had seen Pompey, obviously. At the time, he had done a song with I think Knox or whatever, and I remember listening to the song and thinking, I know Knox is a producer, so I was like, I knew that was his strength.
Yeah.
So, but then I was like, hey, what was this guy? This Pompey guy sounds like he can rap. Like, this guy is cool. I don't know about the other people in the song, but this Pompey guy can rap. So, you know, so when that happened, so then meeting him in person was like, oh, okay, so this guy raps. At the time, I had no idea that he even sings. So that was something that we discovered when we started working on his music. When the first song we did was Makeup.
So, you produced Makeup?
I produced Makeup, sure.
Guys, see what I told you? Genius! Mag44!
Wow.
What? You produced Makeup? yourself.
I produce makeup.
I'm sure people are like Edna. You didn't know, Kati.
Yeah, man.
That's a beautiful
Oh
record.
God. Yeah, no, it was really good.
Did you sample any sounds?
Nothing.
Or it just came straight
Everything.
from the head?
I remember when he sang the song, the chord progression came. Of course, we changed the drum line a few times because I made the drum line, and like I said, teamwork is good. So Ian was like, no, maybe let's try and change the drum line.
Yeah.
So we tried different things, and eventually it worked out. We changed the ends. So we did all that stuff. Yeah.
You have a new album now.
Yes.
And we're jumping to it over here.
Really?
Let's just get in the vibe.
Right.
Let's bump to it.
Yeah.
Now for me, it's like, why do you, I don't know if you have the same perspective,
right.
but I feel like to some extent, gospel artists are kind of like overshadowed as compared to the secular artists.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, 2021, we'll just have to give it to the gospel artists and the comedians. You people did the most.
Yeah.
You people did the most.
Wow,
Because I'm also in the industry, we did the most. We did the most.
Yes, yeah.
But then it's because it's gospel, so that let's just overshadow these people. Why do you think it's always like that?
I mean, there's a couple of reasons. First of all, what I've come to realize is that, because I'm very in and out of the industry. So I remember the last album we did, the Buana. I did the Buana album with Pompey. I didn't handle anything to do with promo and all that stuff. I remember Pompey and his team, Atmosphere, made sure all that stuff happened. So, for me, like they say, let's shoot a video. Everything's set for me. I just go there, wear my thing. Everything's done for me. But what happened was, now I'm trying to get back, and there's no Atmosphere. It's just me. So, I've got my team. And then I realized, oh my goodness, there's so much work in the background, and things have changed so much. Because now I'm thinking, oh, okay, because I've been so much out of touch, I don't know the DJs who are playing, who the DJs to take music to. I don't know the sites. I don't know anything. So it's almost like I'm coming in like I'm a new artist.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So point number one is that you can say that our music is better, but secular artists are working.
Yes,
they are pushing.
They are
to
pushing.
death.
Yes, most definitely.
And because I only found out now, because now when the album's out, that's when I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? That's when I'm seeing.
Million streams. The worldwide.
Hey, you come and find your 3 streams. What's going on here?
What do you mean?
No, but then I'm like, so like I realized, like, I mean, for an example, J Rocks. I mean, he's gone to Tanzania where the boom play offices are. He's making things happen. You know what I mean? Same thing with J Cash. I mean, guys are putting in the work. They're putting in the most. So I won't just say like it's a matter of overshadowing. It's also just hard work. And then also with regards to even with Pompey, he's also extremely hardworking. And that's why, as much as people will say, I mean, Pompey will stand out even more than like secular artists because of like he puts in the work. He makes sure the things look good, and all that stuff.
I love that you brought in hard work because when you were working so hard in the background, you created a foundation that people knew you in that that time. And then now you say, you know what, I'm going all loud, I'm going on the mic. And then now it's like, okay, the good news is spreading, mag is, everywhere now.
Right.
So I love that you brought in hard work.
Yeah. And it's just, so you just need to put in the most. I think that is very important. I mean, I would say secondly, of course, gospel stuff is you have to, I always feel like if you're a gospel artist, you just need to work harder. It's just so on top of working, you need to add a bit of, because the thing is, I mean, the gospel is a message that's been there for thousands of years. You know what I mean? So like now, how do you need to think? Okay, I can't just go and say it the way my grandmother sang it. You know what I mean? You need to think, how do I make it relevant for this generation? How do people who listen to drill, who have this new lifestyle.
Yes.
How do you now bring the gospel to those people? So you have to be extra creative. So it's just harder work. So if you kind of go in, first of all, if you don't put in the level of work that the J-Roxes and the Makitus put in, even just with the amount of, and one thing I saw, like when I'm looking at just even social media, guys constantly post.
Yes.
I post
minutes.
every guys are posting. They flood the thing. Now I post 1 week. I don't even know what's going on. It's I realize that if you're gonna say this is your line of work, you need to be active about it.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work, and you also just need to understand what the message. If you're trying to preach something that is not popular, you need to work even harder.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not forget what you did. It's like 2020, getting to 2021.
Yeah.
You worked with artists from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Please. This guy from the USA.
Yeah, the truth.
Yeah, the truth.
Travis Green.
Like you did amazing things as well.
Yeah.
So how did you get all these links? How did you find yourself producing for these people?
Limo Blaze is he's such a he's got such a great success story. He's a Nigerian artist. I remember before, he used to ask me to feature on one of his songs, a long time ago. But then I just thought, it's not, you know what I mean. So then, next thing I see, the guy is singing. First of all, he does a song with Pompey, and he's just blowing up to the extent that, he's got links to that side with Banky W. And, he's done songs with Lecrae, who's like the biggest gospel rapper in the gospel industry. So like, now I don't think I can even talk to him because he's such a big star now. That's like, if I call him, he's like, you want that? I didn't can enough it. So, but then it's working with the truth. All these guys I had known through the music. I think just spoke a lot of volumes, especially in countries like Uganda, Kenya. We've done shows. The biggest show I've ever done in my life was in Uganda, and this where the show is like these people are coming to watch me and Pompey and Eb. There's no other acts. In Uganda, it was crazy. That show, there was 10,000 people in the crowd.
Yes.
First of all. Second of all, the president came to watch the concert. The president of Uganda came with his entire family. So like that, that is crazy already. Of course he gave a bit of a speech. I don't think he knew who we were because he didn't even talk about us. It's just like, he had his agenda he wanted to push, obviously.
No. When you leave home, State House. Is also called State House in Uganda?
Yes. Anyway, man, but we had a lot of fun. The kids were amazing, and of course it was grandkids, and the whole experience was just that's probably the best experience, concert-wise and numbers-wise, and it was just amazing. So obviously word of that would spread, and when guys like The Truth or Show Baraka or all these different artists would come to Africa, and they would land up in like Kenya, they would always ask them, do you know Mag44? Do you know Pompey? So, by the time they are coming to meet us, they are like, they want to work with us because of course people have talked about us from all these different African countries. So The Truth came here, did a show here. Immediately after the show, his management reached out and said, hey, look, we want to do a song with you guys. So we did the song. It didn't really come out the way we thought. I even thought, this is the end. I've blown the opportunity. Then, me and The Truth started communicating directly, and he said, look, bro, I'm doing a 3-track EP. I want a beat. So I made that beat. He loved it, so it was amongst those 3 tracks. And then he was doing an album with Limo Blaze and said, bro, I've got a song. We're going to have Travis Green on it. So I said, okay, made the beat, sent it to them. Limo Blaze and his team added some things to the beat,
So,
and yeah, man. So that's how I've gotten the chance to produce to produce those guys, and yeah, it's. I hope I've answered the question.
it's a good thing we're talking about shows now. Because I feel we need more Mag44 shows, and I'm going to advise each and every one of you to take tickets, because to get your tickets, because that's the only time you're going to realize that I know my hit. Unganibuza vichani, unganibuza vichani, and then one whoever day is a party. Yeah. Yeah, you killed your set at the Fireboy concert.
The Fireboy, yeah.
That one, you nailed it.
Thank you so much.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
I was expecting a surprise performance from Sampa the Great, because people would get up.
Oh yes. Sampa is such an amazing person. I mean, so down to earth. If I achieved half of what she achieved, mama. So, but she's such a down to earth person. And I told her, oh look, I'm singing at this Fireboy thing. She said, oh okay, cool. Yeah. We'll come through. So I was like, like for real? Yeah, no, come through. So I said, okay, no, cool. So she came. Of course, with shows, there's, sometimes there's chaos, but she lived through all the chaos and came for that. And she's also been very supportive, even with the music school.
Yes.
Sponsoring some of so we've got this program called Girls Make Beats at Music Loop Academy.
I talk about it on the breakfast show.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it is. I'm just like, oh guys, Girls Make Beats here. This is what's happening. What is it all about?
Yeah. Well, it's basically the industry, the background industry, is predominantly male. So you find most video editors, most camera people, most beat makers, most sound engineers are male.
Yes.
So I've seen a few ladies get into the video side, but on the audio side there isn't many beat makers. In fact, I don't know any in Zambia. I don't know any sound engineers. I don't know any, just like engineers basically who on the production side of music. So this is our effort in trying to bring girls in that space, because of course girls are extremely creative. There are girls that I work with who are artists, and I'm just like, I knew you should have been a producer.
Yeah. Because
you've got most of the ideas of this beat have come from you.
Yeah.
So you just need to know how to use the software, use the equipment, and all that stuff. Yeah. So of course, me and the team at the school, we talked about it. I remember Makadani, who's like the principal of the school. He said, look, I think this would be good for the industry. And I remember saying, you were first wait. So, but then he kept pushing it, and until it happened, and we talked to Sampa, talked to different stakeholders, said, hey, are you able to sponsor girls to do this? Because it's not a popular thing. Girls won't be willing to, or girls' parents at least won't be willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
So we thought if it's sponsored and they see results, then maybe people will be more interested. So right now we've got 20 girls, thanks to people like Sampa the Great, thanks to Media 365. It's going amazing, man. I haven't been in a class yet, but just the energy. I think we're gonna have a huge shift in beat making. Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Once I get interest in maybe beat making, producing, I need to join.
True.
I just need to join.
True.
So,
Wapya
guys.
hey.
Maybe we got the hottest beat maker in the country. It's so hot.
This is so hot. It's sweaty. Man, no problem, man.
But how is your album doing?
It's doing. This is probably the best I've ever done for an album. The streams are crazy. They're not. I know. As of today, it was like 100 and something thousand streams on Boomplay. I know on Spotify there's 7,000 streams daily, every day, about 7,000 streams.
Oh wow!
So yeah, man. It's amazing. It's huge. Of course, sometimes you get discouraged. I saw Shako Energy Rocks. I'm a million shiny. So you're like, Shani, Lord, why? But then, of course, like, to be fair, for me, this is really good. I'm super happy on just the support from people, and I hope people also keep streaming. And I understand that for me, because I haven't been in the industry, consistently enough, it would sort of be a slower growth as opposed to an immediate hit.
Yes.
So, and I can see when it started out at like 2,000 streams, and then like another and then suddenly it's been growing a bit, organically, but faster. And I love that. I love the support I'm getting from other artists, other producers. I saw General Kanene posted. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I was just like, wow. How? How? So I saw that. Of course, my boy Pompey posted. Zengaman posted it. So many artists, even Josh Too Funny, talked about it. Of course, I think Abel forced him to do that. They will, and up on highway. So it's been amazing, support from the fans and also just from fellow artists. I think I really appreciate Wezi, B-Flow. They've really supported the brand. So,
Now, for those that haven't yet heard the album, they haven't streamed the album, what is it that you're trying to communicate to the people? Because we see people like Nasty D and Doki.
Yes.
So what were you trying to tell us?
So there's a sound that Mag44 brought, like from my first album.
Yeah.
In my first album, there's a lot of like weird collaborations. I did a song with Esther P.
Yes.
I did a song.
I love me. I beat.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? Just attend his shows, guys. That's when you're going to realize that Mark has got a hit.
Wow, man.
Wow.
Wow. So anyway, doing songs with Esther P, doing songs with Karen, who because I'm from the hip hop world, she's from the very gospel world. Did songs with priest preachers, just different. So like, with that first album, there was a lot of collaborations, and I kind of wanted to bring that feel in this album. So I have collaborations with artists that you wouldn't ordinarily place me with, even with B-Flow. Doing a song with my older sister. Doing a song with Wezi, Chile Shegwalia, Christine, B-Flow. I don't know if I've already said his name. And one of the ones I love the most. Nasty D, because I think Nasty D. I've done many collaborations with James Akala. Dope G was also on it. Koby also. Koby, who's
I saw Koby on the
yes.
Mark Koby.
You know what I mean? Well, Koby. Apart from him being talented, he's also my brother-in-law.
Koby's a brother-in-law.
Yeah. So he's married to my young sister.
Are you serious?
Yes, he
you
is.
guys are keeping in the family. It's
True.
like that now?
I'm really spilling a lot of beans here. I don't know what you've made me smoke here. I'm just saying a lot of things.
I know.
Anyway, so it was only right that I include him on the album.
Is he a good brother-in-law?
He's good, but we are watching him. You know what I'm saying? We're watching him because anything will come in and. He's an amazing guy. Love him so much. He's a great guy.
Okay. Your favorite song of the album?
My favorite song of the album.
Mine is God's Very Own.
God's Own Heart. Yes. The one with Nasty D. That's one of my favorites. It is one of my favorites.
Oh yeah.
I think I love Truth Tuesday. Truth Tuesday because it's very different. I sing a bit in there, and there's B-Flow who's doing a sort of different style. It's not a very pop song. Yeah. So, but then like people have shown love to it, so I'm thankful for that. Yeah. Sure.
We're gonna play a game.
Sure.
It's called One Must Go.
One Must Go.
Yes. I'm sure you know what I mean.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you two celebrity names, and you have to pick one. The other one has to go together.
Oh, what do I? Wow. This is gonna get me in problems.
I know.
Anyway, let's play. It's just a game, guys.
It's just a game, eh?
Next time you play One Must Go and I'm there, you can let me
I know, right? So the first pair is Pompey Ebo Chungu One Must Go.
Wow! Wow! Let me take off my grade on that one. Yee! That is powerful. Okay, I would say none must go, guys.
No,
Come on. One has to go.
One has to go.
Wow. Okay, because Pompey is an entrepreneur, he can go. And then he will make money for all of us and all that stuff. Yeah.
So Ebo Chungu can go.
Yeah, Ebo Chungu can stay.
Okay, cool. Tio Solomon, please.
Wow. Because Tio again is an entrepreneur.
Oh, wow.
He makes clothes, he does so many things. So Tio can go. Solomon can
Tio can go.
Yeah, Tio can go.
Esther Chile Chevalia. Esther Chungu Chile Chevalia.
Wow! Why are you doing this to me? What's your problem?
We said it again.
No. Anyways. Wow. I despise this game. I really do. I was gonna say Esther must go, but all that amazing music. Chile Chevalia.
Chile, are you sure?
No, Chile Chevalia mustn't go. Because you see, okay, Esther does Tuwange. She does many other things.
So she will survive.
So I know Chile Chevalia does other things as well, but we'll keep Chile Chevalia.
I love the reasons that you're giving.
Yeah, you have to.
I love the reasons that you're giving.
You have to calculate.
All the best, Mr. Mando.
Thank you very much.
Looking forward to more great works coming from you.
Thank you.
I don't know what's
so
next. Spill the beans. Let us know what's coming our way.
No. Just a lot of promo for this album. Gonna do a tour and all that stuff.
Nice.
So just hope that the pandemic will be a lot less, so that we are able to do.
Should you also expect maybe the tours to come to places where it's like secular gatherings or maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't have a problem with going anywhere. So as long as I'm invited, I'm more than happy to be there.
Yeah.
But I mean, just also towns like Chipata where I've never been.
Yeah.
I would also want to go to just different towns somewhere in the northern province. I've never been to areas like that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to making that happen.
Yeah.
And so at wedding, he's our prince.
Look at you
Prince
now.
Prince
Love.
Prince Love. Yes. That episode cracked me up. Like I haven't laughed that hard.
Are you serious?
Because I love his courage.
People are laughing at him. What do you think of his courage?
I think it was cool. Like it was. The thing is, you have to go for what you want.
Yeah.
So and he looked like he was doing that. He might have been joking, but it wasn't staged. It wasn't staged.
No.
Wow.
I was shocked. That's why I kept on
laughing. Wow.
Oh, by the way, Mag44 bought Mag44's album at 6,000 kwacha. 6,000.
I'm balling, guys. Talk to me nice.
Was he the only one?
No. So there was him. There was also the Proof. The Proof also surprised me and bought one for 6,000. Then there's a good friend of ours from Kutenga Media, Samba, and also Carolina from the EU. So it was really good. Of course, that part of the proceeds of that goes back to the school to help in have people get sponsorship.
My 100 quite. How much is the album?
It's 200.
200. My 200 is 6,000 Jama.
Oh, it's in there. You
people also probably don't know that Mag44 produced one of the greatest hits that you people sing along to. Wow, let's see aside. Wow, let's see aside. What goes through your mind when making this beat? Like, boom,
I did.
Boom. Let's just go crazy.
I love music. It's an amazing. Of course, I've had the opportunity, even so much more. Song. Yes, that was the first one we did together. Like I said, it's team effort. It's a joy. It's what I love doing.
Yeah.
I guess when everyone does what they love, they do it well.
Yeah.
So I I don't know. It just comes. And it's good. Yeah.
Okay. See you soon. Hoping to see you at another concert where maybe I'm going to be hosting this time around. And
you're actually a really good host. I must say. I love the show and also the hosting that you did at Fireboy. I didn't know you do that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that was good to see.
I need to host
you
one
controlled
of the
that crowd because that crowd was crazy. That crowd was crazy. Yeah.
I need to get you back the glasses.
Oh, you gave me back. Yes.
We got you.
Thank you.
We got you.
Because there I was just thought something that I'm not shining with glasses.
Hey!
And then I just saw someone bring. I said, "My redeemer." Thank you.
Thank you so much for just agreeing to talk to us.
Thank you.
All the best.
All right,
and keep representing us. Keep opening the door so we just walk through there. You get it, eh?
Thank you.
Thank you so much to each and every one of you that has been supporting ZMB Talks. I mean, it's 2022. We're almost hitting 70,000 subscribers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You know what time it is? Hashtag elevating the industry. Mwah.
This is how I know that I'm old, because old people just have a lot of things to say. Like too much though, back in 1995,
yeah,
when Kaunda was still